While others celebrate the wins,
Yes.
We celebrate the mud.
each episode has a special guest.
Tony-nominated actress, Broadway's Lily Cooper.
Tashir Zameda.
David A. Gregory.
Getting messy with muddy topics.
We are going to be talking about grief journey.
With hilarious moments
Now get over here.
And deep conversations.
I'm ashamed to even admit this, but this is what happened.
This is Into the Mud.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Into the Mud podcast. While others celebrate the wins,
We celebrate the mud. I'm Alex Cumin.
I'm Drew King. And today, I am giggly excited to have a dear friend on the podcast who is a Broadway legend. The amazing, the incredible Lesli Margherita.
Hey, legend should be in like quotation marks.
No, you are a legend. You are Queen Leslie. You are the Queen Leslie.
Dude, I gave myself that name.
Yeah, but hey, like,
what a
name, that's the
what
win.
an absolute capital C move. Capital C, incredible
Yeah.
cunt move.
Oh my God, such a cunt move. We love it.
I love. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Leslie and I first met doing a production of James at Sea at ye old Bucks County Playhouse.
The old Bucks County
in,
Playhouse.
in Bucks County, New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yes, but Leslie is a Broadway diva and star. She's currently starring in Gypsy on Broadway right now. The revival with Audrey McDonald. Which we have to go see.
Wait.
Yes.
You have to see
We're
it.
going.
Yes.
We're gonna come together.
Maybe in the next couple weeks? Okay. Let's go. Unreal. Okay.
We have to go see it before the Tony Awards because
Yes.
she's probably going to win the Tony.
Okay, let's go.
So,
She had better. Let's go. Okay. Bookmarking that.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Bookmarking.
Okay, so you are an actress extraordinaire. But you also are a fierce ass dancer because there's this video that I want to put on the podcast. It's the video of you dancing at the Disneyland commercial.
Oh my
The,
lord.
like Toontown turnaround or something like that.
When I was like a teenager, my freshman year of college, I worked at Disneyland doing the shows, and it was when Toontown opened. That's how old I am. And I did like all their, like parade CBS specials or whatever. And it was one of those. And it was the Toontown spin around. And
We're gonna have a Toontown spin around. We're gonna spin like a top. We're gonna twirl, wheel and whirl like a Toontown tornado that's never stops. We're gonna have a Toontown spin around. Get a little birdie go. Turn it into a habit when we Benny the Cabin in a Toontown spin around show.
it is.
Wait, can you? Do you still remember the
Remember the choreo?
No, no.
No.
No. No. No.
got a bit of a floor here.
No.
So damn funny. I love that.
No, I couldn't possibly. Don't make me dance. No, don't make me dance.
Yeah, but I did all that shit, and we're still dancing.
And honey,
barely.
you are still
Still
doing it.
barely.
Honey, you are not. You are
My
thriving and surviving.
my husband calls me grandma wife because I wake up in the morning and go,
Grandma
what is wrong with you?
You're like, it hurts. It hurts.
All of it hurts.
Speaking of grandma, I just listened to I Save a voicemails from my grandma from before she died.
Yeah, sweet. Great, yeah.
There was one, she left me this like long voicemail that I listened to yesterday, and it was just this long like congratulatory thing about a show that I did. And then she goes, and don't worry about me. I am who I am and I like it.
That's the greatest sign off.
We need a T-shirt.
Don't worry about me.
I am who I am and I like it. Norma
yeah.
Faye Lyon.
I know you said that. It's such a fierce
Isn't that a
name.
dynamite name?
I
It's
love it.
amazing.
That's incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
Adding it to the merch list. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Leslie.
Yes.
We are here today to talk about. We chose our topic for the day was turning rejection into comedy gold.
Yes.
Because if there's anybody who's been rejected, it's you.
So many times.
So many
Every
times.
day. Every day.
Every
day.
day,
For
honey.
something.
Well, I love this topic because you are known in the theater world and in the entertainment community as a fucking hysterical riot. You are, though. Like, that is
Thanks.
the energy that you bring, is that you are so
Just
damn
deep
funny.
insecurity.
Yeah, but I know.
Isn't
That-
it all?
That's
though?
life. That's
what
for all of
comedy
us.
is. Deep
We talked about this on the podcast last week. We were talking about essentially that like comedy comes from trauma, and that like if you haven't experienced any sort of trauma in your life, you are not a funny person.
No.
You don't have any sense of humor, and you just simply don't get it.
No.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be something.
There's an
some
origin
security
story.
or
There's an
something.
origin story.
Exactly.
That where you go, oh man, if I don't make this funny, everyone's gonna see
I'm a fraud.
directly through me.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
So you go here. Okay, how about we do a little show?
Yeah.
How about we do a little show and I deflect this?
Yeah.
And it's
And I do it for a living now.
Yeah.
And you do it for a living now. Quite
Same.
literally. Okay, so talk to us. When was like one of your first experiences with crippling rejection, and how did you first realize that like, oh, I can make people laugh with this, or I can turn this into a joke, or I can make it a funny story?
I mean, early. Like I started performing as a kid, and I remember there was one audition that I went to for, I don't know what it was for. It was like Macy's or something in San Francisco. And I was like, I'm clearly the best dancer here. And I didn't get it. And I remember being so devastated. And my mom was so worried about me because it was like a big rejection or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, you can keep your $50 or whatever you need. I'm going to go buy myself some red tap shoes. And I did. Literally, I think I was like,
Smoking a
I think I was
cigarette.
like 10 or 11. So early on, like the rejection hurt, but it was easier to laugh it off so that I could keep going versus my parents being like, no, this is terrible. You can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And that was just like, I think, and I was the youngest of 4. And so I was always making my older sisters laugh. And so that was also part of it. Like, I couldn't show the,
Yeah. Well, because then, you're the uplifted, you're the uplifting one, you're the funny one, you're the happy one, you're the like, let it roll off your back. Even though internally, you're like, I want to die.
dying.
Truly dying.
Dying.
Oh my God, 100%. Yeah. It's like kids calling me faggot. And I was like,
Should I
so
stop?
funny.
Should I stop
What?
calling you faggot?
No, it turns me on so much. Just keep going.
It's in your bio.
It's in my bio. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're going to get canceled today.
Let's go.
Cancel today.
Go.
Hey, right?
Every day.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we all work in entertainment. We all come from the entertainment world, so we know that like rejection is omnipresent. It is everywhere.
And not just in entertainment, though. I think everywhere. I think in life,
Yeah.
it's just such rejections are such a piece of it. In any like in relationships, in career, in like literally everything. Every step of the way, there's rejection. Do you feel like you have learned how to deal with rejection better? Like, does it get easier to get rejected the more times? Because I've found, I thought that getting rejected over and over again, I'd be like, and now I'm bulletproof.
No.
But now it's like the opportunities just get bigger. So the fall is
It's
kind of
so much
harder.
greater. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have learned how to deal with it like afterwards in a better way.
Yeah. Now I know the stages of my rejection. Like when it happens, I know exactly what I'll do, how many days it will take me.
Yeah.
So that part,
It's a science.
it's a
Walk us through
science.
the stages of your dealing with rejection.
Normally, first, it's flames on the side of my face. Flames.
Flames on the side of my face.
Because, like, I know when I tank an audition and I know when I'm not going to get it. But you know those ones where you're like, oh,
I nailed it.
fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
And everyone in the room is like, you nailed it. Your agents are like, oh my God, you're in the mix. It's going to happen.
The mix.
And then it doesn't happen. So then I will flames in shock, denial. And a lot of them I'll like have a cry on my own. Then it takes 2 days before I get to, oh, fuck them, whatever. Good luck.
Yeah.
And then it takes about 4 days until I'm on to the next.
Okay.
Which actually is it used to take me longer,
Yeah.
but now I'm so attuned to rejection. It's about 4 days.
That's how long it takes the flames to go
The
out.
flames.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that I'm very Italian in that, like, if you wrong me, I will never forgive. Like I will never forget, nor will I forgive. So even if like you have wronged me or not cast me before and you cast me again 10 years later, I still in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, I remember.
I know.
Oh, John, I
Yeah,
remember.
I literally, I 100% remember, and you will always be on my shit list. I'll smile. I won't be rude
like
to you. I'll be
this.
like, oh my God, I love you. But I will always remember who, like, yeah.
I want to be
Um,
Italian.
And I remember from like teen years who rejected me. And
I
was
mean,
like,
you're still mad at Macy's.
still.
Still.
Oh no, still.
Yeah.
Take your $50.
I would take your $50. I remember my mom and I went to Capizio and bought these red tap shoes that I wanted that I was gonna buy with the $50. And I was like,
Capizio.
Love it.
Capizio, right? My Capizio red tap shoes. So now the rejection, I know how to deal with it better.
Yeah.
But some of them really still hurt so much.
Yeah.
Like it's easier, like TV jobs. Well, they used to be more auditions for those. It's a little bit of a shit show right now. But those are easier because like you send off your tape and some you really want, but then you're like, you just send off your tape. It's the in-person ones, the theater ones that are really hard, or the TV ones where you're at the very end for like a job that would change your life for the next 5 years. Like I had a pilot that didn't go that wrecked me because I was like, that's going to change my life.
Could have been my friends.
Yeah,
Like, that
and
was
like 100%.
generational wealth.
100%. And when they didn't pick it up, it was so devastating. But again, like you just learn how you're like, okay, there's going to be another one. You have to remember that there is always going to be another rejection right
There's another right around the corner.
and there just is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it never gets easier.
Do you like going into those big opportunities? Do you find that you have to like temper your expectations so that you don't play too far in advance into like?
I still play the tape forward.
It's so hard not
so
to
hard.
when it's a life-changing thing. When it's like this could
When it's
change
a
the
life-changing
trajectory.
thing, we're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I could buy a house and buy it. When it's really hard not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could say that I've learned not to, but no. Even like
It's good. It's
you know,
like good to hear that though too, because it's like it's good to hear that like it's not just me that's like
oh no,
yeah,
we're all normal.
yeah, we're
And,
all like
like
rejection hurts.
Yeah.
It feels personal. It feels like you are bad
That I am
rather than
bad,
like
yeah.
rather than like they wanted a
Work out.
6'2" blonde.
Totally. And
Like,
it still
yeah.
doesn't make me feel great. That
Yeah.
they're
Right.
like, oh, we went a different direction. Like, but the direction wasn't me, so I don't
Yeah.
care what your fucking
Yeah,
direction
yeah,
was.
yeah.
You need a different map to get
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to my
You
direction.
need to fix your compass.
Yeah, seriously.
It's off.
It's
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like theater stuff, you can develop shows. Like there was a show that I developed for 7 years and then was replaced because they got a new director and he was like, I don't want her. 7 years. And that makes still you feel like, well, I created that role. How?
Yeah.
And you feel so awful because you're like, well, maybe I guess 7 years of my life was delusional and that I thought nobody else could do this.
Yeah.
They have no problem moving on to the next. So theater's hard because you put your heart and soul into something or a show that like closes right away and you're like, it's the worst.
Somehow it feels like it's your fault.
It's
You're like,
your
it
fault.
closed because of what I did.
Yeah, it's always my fault.
all me.
Which is,
It's
yeah,
always my fault.
Yeah.
it's the worst.
I used to tell my therapist I struggled with auditions or any opportunity that like never worked out for me, even if it was dating. If like someone didn't want to date me, and maybe they want to date a 6'2" blonde or something like that, or maybe they want to date a top, and that's not me. But like,
Still your fault.
still my fault.
Still your fault.
Figure it out, True.
Because
Figure out how to be a goddamn top.
I used to say,
We've all been talking about it.
I know. Now the cat's out of the bag.
Versatility.
Yeah, right. But I used
Get
to
your
say, like,
Capizio tap
Get
shoes.
your red Capizio tap shoes.
and you tap your way to the top.
And you,
You're gonna top everyone in America. I always wanted to, like, I would tell myself, how am I trying to phrase this? That like I needed to be the exception, even if I wasn't, even if I'm not supposed to get the job, or they quite literally don't want me. It's like, no, I want you to want me though.
Yeah.
So even like I want to be the exception to the rule, which is such an unrealistic way to live with rejection and moving forward, of being like, because, well, you know, I'm still terrible and awful, but like I should have been the exception. I should have been.
Yeah.
but that's why you're in theater. Like it's,
Yeah, totally.
it's that this, I feel like this industry, any entertainment industry, or really anytime there's like big opportunities, because I know we talk a lot about like entertainment in particular, but I just think anywhere where there's like big opportunities where you have to be bold. So that could be in business, that could be in what we do,
Yeah.
like anything like that. Like it does require a certain level of like delusional thinking.
Yeah.
Of just like, I am you have to be a bold risk taker.
Yeah.
Every entrepreneur, I say that,
Yes.
is a delusional crazy person.
Delusional.
Yes.
I don't know, look at Jeff Bezos. Look at every other entrepreneur that was like, I'm going to invent this thing
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
And then I'm gonna send my lady to space.
Yeah. Send my lady. Maybe they went. We don't know. No.
Right. I heard that they built a set on the Paramount lot. So
Right next to the
Yeah.
moon landing.
exactly. Yeah. Right next to the moon landing. Oh my God. Do you lean into vices when you have moments of rejection? Are you like, I need a martini? Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, absolutely. I try not to go too down.
you down? Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. I'll be like, well, and just pour a little
Yeah,
glass of something.
Something more.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I'm not destructive
Okay, good.
in
Right.
that way.
Good.
It also will make me.
That's good.
That's good.
Same.
That's good.
Next
It's the
question.
Same.
No.
Same. But also, like, I don't know, the rejections are so often that I would be a complete alcoholic if
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially because now rejections come in the form of people on social media. It's rejection everywhere.
I want to talk about that one. So, okay. So you actually made like a really, I found like compelling and profound Instagram story. Like, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, where you said basically if you have guests coming to see your show, if you're in a Broadway show or you're in a production and people are coming to see the show, like just simply say, great show, great job. Don't be a dick and be like, well, I don't like that person and they're not right for the role, blah, 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 blah.
Nobody
blah.
wants your
Like,
opinion.
Nobody wants your opinion.
Nobody asked for it.
Nobody asks for it.
Nobody.
Of the work that you and every artist just didn't put up on stage.
Even if you're like, oh, but you were good. I don't fuck. Like,
Yeah.
you just crapped on everything that I just did for
My
2.5
coworkers,
hours.
my peers, my
coworkers,
friends.
everything.
Yeah.
It's so awful. And like people, this is the bad part about social media is people now think that they are entitled to an opinion and they are
Yeah.
entitled to spew it to anybody.
Well, it's
that
like
will listen.
everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Absolutely.
But I would say the vast majority of opinions should be kept to themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't need you to tell me what you think about me as a person because of a 30-second joke I posted online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need you to tell me what you think about my weight.
Yeah.
I don't need you to tell
We
me.
do need to.
Yeah.
discuss
But we do need to talk about it. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
By the way, I don't know
I know
how you
I
do
should.
comedy in this day and age because of the people that will come out and say shit when there is no context, there is no humor anymore.
No.
I don't know how you do it. So
It's-
I'm in awe of that. It's amazing.
It's I posted a joke. There was a few men from Wuhan, China, in the audience at a show recently, and I was like,
Well, that's
Wuhan.
written.
Yeah, I was like, don't say that, buddy. Like, it was just a fun moment. In the moment, the audience, and I put it online, and then, of course, this white woman was like, "This is just racist," and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so
very hard. But it is a rejection.
Yes.
in a
It's a
weird way,
rejection.
because
It's
I
a
know when I
rejection.
go online and I will have a friend of mine find the shit that's said about me and I will like read them aloud in like a cabaret show or I'll do a dramatic monologue of something that someone has written
That's
about
fun.
me.
Like that's like mean tweets on.
It's mean tweet,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
But I can't actively look for anything. So the
No.
muted words on my social media is like 500.
Ooh, what are the
Words
muted
on.
words?
You
This
work
is
on
a
social
fun.
Are you
Oh
joking?
my god!
No,
Yeah.
I
What
had
are
no
your muted
idea.
words? This is actually a fun.
Theater, Broadway, Lesli Margherita, any Leslie Gypsy, the show that I'm in, like,
Wait, is it in settings?
Yeah.
I had no idea this existed.
Yeah.
This is going to change my life.
no, it's changed mine because
Oh my God.
I
Because
can
it
at
merges.
least,
It creates like a bubble of
yeah,
like you're not seeing
I'm not
content related.
seeing
that.
it.
Yeah.
But then people will tag you in their rejection of you.
Look at this fat bitch.
Like, literally, somebody a couple weeks ago tagged me in a dissertation about why I was going through so many point shoes in Gypsy because clearly I don't dance that much, and professional ballerinas that she knows and companies
you
don't.
Kidding me?
Someone literally took like an hour to write this and tagged me, and I was like, and then I answered, which was dumb, which I don't do often, but that one really pissed me off. But I was like, that is a rejection of everything that you haven't even seen me do on
Yeah,
stage.
exactly.
It's just what you
Yeah.
think I'm
You
doing.
don't even
It's
know
so-
me.
You don't even know me, and
Yeah.
just don't tag me.
Yeah.
Don't tag me.
I want to jump into other online social media rejections. We got to talk about the Broadway hot dog.
Oh my!
our fave, the Broadway hot dog, which I hope the Broadway hot dog is
I
listening.
feel like we might have like made him
Maybe,
quit.
maybe. Okay, so
us about
there's
the
this
Broadway hot dog.
online persona.
There was. He's
There
disappearing.
was. They're no longer doing it.
Broadway
But
hot
they-
dog.
They were called the Broadway hot dog,
Yeah.
and they would comment on shows, but like with like a hot dog face
Filter.
filter. And then they would also make show posters and like redo the show poster, but like with a hot dog in it. And it was this
This
whole
is just
thing.
like talk shit about people in shows.
And gossip.
But
Yeah.
like everyone else, like you're behind something, and this was just happened to be a filter, which I found
And so it
hysterical.
blocked
That's-
their face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
kind
a hot
Well, you
cartoon
couldn't-
hot
it's like
dog.
your eyes and
Yeah.
your lips, and then it's like
Yes.
superimposed on a hot
Yes,
dog.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they just talk shit about people, and
They have a big following.
I don't know, but Drew and I
We'll
found it
check.
hysterical.
Hysterical.
Yes.
Because you had a feud, like an online
hot dog.
you had an online feud with a hot dog. Like,
Okay.
I will always call out the people that are online, like comparing everybody or talking shit. I'm like,
or being mean.
don't use your platform to be mean.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you aren't a critic. You aren't hired by someone to actually be a critic, but don't spend your life, especially if you want to be in the business, just crapping on everything and everybody. And I'm not saying don't have an opinion, but there's a way to have an artistic opinion that isn't fucking mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hot dog was mean. And I was saying that. And anybody that I come back to and be
Hot
like,
dog
was mean.
Hot dog was
That's gonna
mean.
be a quote.
hot dog's
Hot
mean.
dog was mean.
So this one night we were just like, well, we start messaging the hot dog. I'm like, why do you do this? Why are you doing this? And I think we scared him away.
Oh my God, that's right. We were definitely drunk, I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
You gotta be.
I don't
If
think
you're
I would
gonna
have
engage
texted
with a hot dog.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, we engaged
had
with a
like,
hot dog.
We had like a few martinis, and then we
Engaged with a hot dog, which I don't recommend.
No.
And
One
that's- yeah.
martini at
Had the Broadway hot dog been saying negative things about you? Weren't they like,
Oh yeah, all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
People.
And that happens all the time. But that is a form of rejection because no matter what, it still hurts when somebody's like, I hated her.
Yes.
Oh my God, I hate, and it just,
it feels like people have just decided that they all have license to be mean online. Like
yeah.
yeah.
that is, I think, just one of the most devastating parts of social media
Yeah,
is
it's
like
horrifying.
it's just like why?
Yeah.
Why? And the tough what I struggle with is because a lot of people are like, well, never read the comments, don't read the comments, or like people who are saying that are just like trolls sitting in their basement, and it's like, yeah, but it still hurts.
It still hurts.
Like it still really hurts.
Like I probably guarantee you that half the shit that's said about me online is by a 13-year-old
I was just gonna say that.
like
yeah.
theater kid.
Yeah.
But I don't know that because I can't see them, and it
Yeah.
makes it awful to hear about like somebody absolutely hating you or your voice or how you look or whatever. It's
Yeah.
terrible, but that's the downside of social media. There's the great side too, but
Yeah.
as far as rejection goes, that's just the worst. But I do like to find the best ones and read them out loud because
Yeah.
some of them are just so bad that they're funny.
Some of them are funny. I got a comment recently. This one guy was like, women still aren't funny, but they're getting better.
Thank you.
I was like, we're making progress.
We're making
I'm
progress.
happy to
So-
be pushing the needle a little bit.
So I'm not yet funny, but I'm getting there.
I'm getting there. We're growing. We're
Amazing.
Man.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, that's so silly. I love that you turned it into a cabaret song,
I-
or
I-
like a monologue.
Yeah, I would read them. It was part about like I had written this thing about rejection and staying on your path and trying to like put blinders up, and it's those people. It's the people who at the stage door even give you rejection when they don't think they're giving you rejection.
Yeah.
Like a lady last week was like, "Oh my gosh, your point work, were you a ballerina?" I said, "Yeah, actually, I was." She goes, "So then you just really had to dumb it down for the show." It's like
It's the backhanded.
it's the backhanded.
backhanded.
Then there are
stuff.
the
I get that,
backhanded
yeah.
ones, the like just douchey
Yeah.
ones, and then the people online that are just
Yeah.
mean.
Well, and it gets worse the higher. I mean, like that's the other thing that I think about is like the higher up you get, the more visibility that you have,
Yeah.
the more that you get it. So there's also the other side of that coin, which is like, oh, you're doing well if you're getting a lot of
Yeah.
like, which
Yeah.
is just still hard, and
Still
it
hard to
doesn't make
hold.
it easy, and
Yeah.
it doesn't make it like it's the same as you're just like, oh, this still hurts, but
It still hurts. And you
yeah.
desperately want to come back. Even like regular rejections, I desperately want to like call these people on the phone and be like, why wasn't it me? And these, the
Yeah.
poor agents, I don't even ask anymore because it's not worth it. But I would like call and be like, I need feedback. You don't need feedback. It's a yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The feedback isn't going to make you better. The feedback is just going to make you feel better or not.
Or not.
Or not. So I don't ask for feedback anymore.
I wonder if it's like, in a breakup situation too, like that
What
sort
did-
of
what did
like,
I do?
what did I
Yeah.
do wrong? And it's like, no, it's just, it wasn't you.
Yeah.
Like,
and there's nothing that you're not going to
yeah.
change their mind
Yeah.
in a rejection personally or professionally.
Yeah.
There's that decision was made. So you need to just move on.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like feedback is arbitrary most of the time too.
yeah.
Like there was one time I didn't get a call back for a show that I was like, I nailed that audition. That's weird. And so I asked my agents for feedback, and the feedback was, we're not really quite sure what happened, but they're just looking for strong tap dancers on this show. And I was like, this is coming from a casting director who cast me in my Broadway show where I won an award for my tap dancing. It was like, oh, not sure. We just
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing
Yeah,
matters.
nothing matters.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
and I-
bring the asteroid.
I-
Let's
I-
go.
Told my agent, like my manager will sometimes send me be like, it's the same thing he sends to everybody. Like, I was wondering what you thought. I'm like, I don't want to see that anymore, please.
yeah.
I don't care what they thought.
Yeah.
Just tell me yes or no.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Because I have no interest if they didn't like me. I don't want to know why.
Yeah.
Because then the next time you see that person, you're going to be like, you didn't like me for this reason, so I'm going to have to change that or whatever it was.
Compensate
It
in
gets-
this
it's like a-
direction.
It's a
yeah.
spiral. It's a spiral.
Whole fucking spiral.
Yeah.
Something I've been trying to do lately is look at rejection as redirection.
Yeah.
Trying being the keyword. Real hard.
And it is like, I hate hippie shit.
I
but it
love hippie
is-
shit, but let's fucking go. Let's
Hate even this decor. I'm like 70s and like it is every huge job that I have not gotten. There is a reason but you can
Yeah.
make it seem that way as well. Be
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is the reason why I didn't get it. And it's
Yeah.
healthier, I think, to be like, okay, I
Yeah.
see it now.
Uh-huh.
everything that is meant for you. What's meant for you won't pass you by, or like the reason you didn't get it was because the better thing was waiting for you afterwards.
And it really does
yeah.
happen that way.
Yeah.
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 Which is, I think just even if you don't believe it, it's such a better way to just go through life than
Yeah.
self-destruct.
Totally.
It really is a valuable tool. I mean, I have used, I think like unhealthily so, I used to use rejection as like significant redirection, where I would like get cut from an audition
Yeah.
and I'd be like, I'm going to go take 7 ballet classes.
Right. Yeah.
And then like, so if anything, it actually made me better.
Yeah.
It forced me. And I got rejection from every musical theater program I applied to twice.
Yeah.
And then it forced me to go take a billion classes and legitimately just get better.
Yeah.
And then I found my way. But I wonder, had I gotten into like some elite musical theater program, maybe I wouldn't have had like the work ethic or the drive that I had. But also, am I just making that up right now? Maybe I'm just like telling myself that. I don't know. But
It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because
It doesn't matter.
It brought
matter.
you down the path.
But
that
it
you're
brought me down
supposed
that
to be on.
path. So it's like there is a lot of value, like significant value in rejection, but not from like mean people online. That
Not the mean
No,
people.
no,
Yeah.
not the mean. That's not. That's more just like that's
Or
like
criticism.
Yeah, criticism. Than
Yeah,
It feels like a personal rejection, but
What I do wish we would, because I do feel like so much of I feel so much of like what we highlight. We highlight a lot of overnight successes. We highlight the Forbes 30 under 30. We
Totally.
highlight the people that get it right immediately as the rules and not the exceptions.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
those are the exceptions and not the rules.
Those are the exceptions.
The vast majority of people need a long time to get to whatever place they're going and face a lot of rejection on the way. Not to say that people on those lists or who get their things don't deserve them. Like, absolutely, go ahead. But like, we highlight exceptional people as like, look at what you're supposed to do by 29. And it's
Absolutely.
like, no.
I'd like a follow-up when they're 40
Yeah.
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 and see how many of those
Exactly.
are
Did you
still-
sustain that over
Yeah.
a lifetime?
'Cause even
Because
if
that's
you-
what I'm interested
Yeah,
in.
even if you hit it like early, you still go like,
Yeah.
I want the Forbes 50 over 50.
oh my God, right?
Absolutely.
I want to know what the secrets are to longevity in a career
Yeah,
and what
totally.
the secrets are to the slow burn and the slow rise. Like, I'm not interested in the
No.
meteoric
I want the
rise.
marathon.
No, I want
Marathon.
give me the
Rating-
give me the triathlon.
Yeah.
Give me the Ironman.
We're leaning into it more, though, I think, as a society. Like we are starting to slightly accept more of like people hitting their stride in their 60s or 70s, or
Yeah.
people who are redirecting and repivoting and shifting their careers, and maybe they were this one thing forever and then now they're this other thing, and there's a lot more celebration in that as opposed to like our parents' generation, which was you do this one thing, you have this one job, and that's it,
And then you die.
you
Right.
Yeah.
and that's
Right.
it, quite
Right.
literally.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see. I do think that we are seeing somewhat more of the Forbes 50 over 50s.
Yeah.
Like I think they're out there and they're starting to get more
The
notice.
rejection is the redirection.
The
Yeah.
There it is.
redirection.
It is.
I want you to tell that story about back to stage door rejections. When we were at Bucks County, do you remember what that lady said to you on opening night?
So I had done Dames at Sea on Broadway, and then I went to do it again at Bucks County. And there was a woman at opening night, this like older white lady, and she came up to me. She's like, "I need to tell you something. I saw the original Broadway production. You are so much better than the woman who did it on Broadway. I want you to know that." And I was like, "It was me. I was the one who did it." And I didn't have the heart to say anything because I think she'd had a couple glasses. And I was like, "Thank you so much."
You were
Thank
so
you.
much better than that trash
Literally is what she was saying.
trash woman.
She couldn't hold a candle to you. You were so much better.
Oh my,
Two
I
left feet.
so
Screamed. I was like,
funny.
"All right, okay, thank you so much. Thank you." And she kept going with it. I was like, love it. Thank you. I think I see someone over there. I'm going to go.
Oh my.
It's insane.
A similar thing happened on a Broadway show I was doing. How do I tell this quickly? There was
Don't have to tell it quickly. You're good.
there
Sam.
was one of my friends. We'll name her. Her name is Sarah. These are fake names. So Sarah had the opening solo on the show, and she had it all the way through Chicago, all the way through Broadway. Then we get to basically opening night, and the composer was like, "I don't want Sarah to sing the solo anymore. Give it to Jennifer." And so they swapped it. And then now Jennifer has the opening solo. And then that's what it ended up being. And it wasn't that dramatic. Of course, Sarah was sad. Jennifer felt awkward, but whatever, we move forward. Then we're at the Tony Awards party, and this producer is shit-faced and comes up to Sarah. And she was like, "I just have to tell you, I am so happy that you're singing that solo instead of that other girl." Said it to the girl who got the solo taken away from her. It was just like, oh my gosh, like how
No.
touch. Isn't that ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
So funny though.
That's
That
so.
other girl. People are crazy.
See, I would take that as a total personal rejection, and I would spiral.
yeah.
For and
Oh, I would have had a meltdown. Yeah.
It's I'm so reminded of the Brene, or not the Brene Brown, but the Daring Greatly quote by, was it Roosevelt? Roosevelt, of just like people who are not in the ring, people who are not in the arena. Like this is what I think about like with like art critics too, or there any sort of critic, any sort of like person doling out rejection. It's like, but you're not doing it.
Yeah.
You're not in the arena.
Yeah.
So you don't actually, you don't matter. I
Yeah.
mean, I want to believe that you don't matter, but
Yeah.
of course, you value the opinions of people
Yeah.
who are doing this stuff. But that's so it. It's like, unless you're in there doing the work, getting bloody and dirty and like clawing your way through it, then it's the opinions of anyone who has not done that actually don't matter.
yeah,
Yeah, they
I
don't.
haven't read a review of my own in 10 years
I was just going to ask that.
because I spiraled, and my husband
Yeah.
was like, you can't do this. You cannot spiral like this. And it was so upsetting to me that people didn't like
People didn't
legit
like me.
people didn't like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And it was such a rejection that I'm like 10 years sober from reviews.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for
I can't
you.
do it. I
But
can't
it's
do
so,
it.
I think too, there's some people who just are a little bit more thick-skinned and truly can like read something and be like, oh, it doesn't matter. I think in terms of what we talked about before with like how does it get easier to deal with rejection? It's like, it's not that it gets easier. It's that you have figured out what you need to do to lessen the blow or to like to cushion it. So it's like for you, it's like, don't read the reviews. For me, it's don't read the comments.
Yeah.
Don't like it's whatever it is for whoever else. You have your 4-day rule,
Yeah.
like you just like you figure out how to get yourself out of the rejection rather than avoid it.
Yeah.
Because it's unavoidable.
Because also, like, it's like they say, if you read the bad ones, if you believe the bad ones or believe the good ones, you have to believe the bad reviews as well,
Yeah.
which is so true, which is like any rejection. Like, if you're not getting a job and then you finally get a job, you're like, it automatically, your brain goes, oh, these people know what they're doing. They're better because they liked me.
Yeah.
And it's so not true. It's just like,
Yeah.
but that's why, like,
The flip side of that too, though, is being like, I think a lot about like if I'm on stage and I have the whole room rolling and then I look over and there's one table that's not laughing, one person, one table, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not good. And it's like, look at everyone else.
yeah, I know.
Look at everyone
I know.
else.
I
in
have a
this
friend
room.
that says that all the time to me because I'll always be like, well, that one person said, she's like, but you're negating everything that everybody else did. And that's the worst part about rejection is it is the negating every good thing that has come out of either that rejection or what comes afterwards because you still like harp on the rejection
Yeah.
part of it.
It's giving so much more weight to the negative than to the positive.
It's
which,
really hard to not.
Yeah.
Temporarily blinding.
Yeah.
Like it's all you can see is that rejection in that moment. I do the same exact thing where I'm like,
What is that? Is that like an animal brain? Is that like a
probably, yeah. Is it about safety? Like I don't know.
feeling I know that like in general, like the idea of rejection can also lead to like if you are not accepted by the group, then
Yes.
back in like cave days,
Yeah.
it was like then you're literally not allowed to.
Yeah.
You can't sit with us.
Totally.
And then you don't eat.
No cave
and you
drawing
don't
with
get
us.
No kid drawing with us.
No berries.
No.
Yeah. But it is. It has to.
bad tap. No berries.
No berries.
So yeah, because you're a bad tap dancer,
Yeah,
you can't
bad
eat.
tap. Yeah.
Bad tap, no berries.
berries.
No warmth.
Cavemen sound really hot.
They do.
Yeah, you
right?
would absolutely
Okay.
destroy a caveman on top.
They would have destroyed me. Oh, that's
Oh, no.
right. Yeah, on top.
On top.
I'm top as a caveman. That's
He's
right.
a caveman. He's a
So then
cave.
what if
he's a
one
cave
was like,
top.
ugh, fur, ugh. Like the gay one.
Exactly.
Then it's,
Like-
I'm sure
And
rejection
I'm just
then
like
too. Yeah.
sad. A sad rejected cave bottom. That is so
No like holes. No berries.
no berries in your hole. oh
Oh
my
Lord. I don't even remember what we're talking about.
I do go to the like
Oh yeah.
the blank or the blank room of when I feel rejected. It's all I can see.
Yeah,
Temporarily.
it's hard.
Temporarily.
And it wears off. You know, I do hate the people. Not I hate them. Good for them. Like you said, the people who are thick-skinned, but the people
They
who
lie.
that lie. The people that lie and they're like, you know what? Like, rejection is hard, but like the more you deal with it, the more you learn how to to move forward with it, and it gets easier. It's not true.
doesn't.
It
It does
doesn't get
not get
easier.
easier.
And I think the people
Compounds for me as I get older.
totally
Yeah.
Yeah.
more anxiety. But I
More
feel like the
anxiety.
people that are always like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm like, you
You
do more than
for sure.
anybody in the room.
Sure do.
More than anybody in the room. Like if you have to say it,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's all you're thinking about.
Yeah.
I would much rather online be like, I fucking sucked at this audition and tanked versus being like, well, it's just not my day, but we're going for it and I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, that's just not how people
Let it roll
think.
off my back.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not how
Cool.
people think.
No.
Self-loathing is really easy to go to, and also
Yeah.
our brains work. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I suck. I'm terrible. It just happens.
And it's also okay to say the person that rejected you sucks ass.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do.
Yes, they do. And that's fine to say too.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure
Absolutely.
like it's fine.
Yeah. It actually it is. That is good. It's taking power back a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a fucking people pleaser, and I always want to
Same,
like
yeah.
balance everything. And like even if like some guy rejects me, I'm like, it's he's just not in the right place in his life
Yeah.
right now, and blah 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 blah. And I had like my therapist was like, you can call him a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I dicked you over
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And I was like, yeah, but like his parents and
No.
and his childhood
He
and
sucks.
they're like, no,
Giving
he
people the
sucks.
benefit of
Like,
the doubt.
be shitty.
Yeah.
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 And that also helps me get through rejection faster.
Yeah, it does.
That is part of the process is the denial part.
flames.
Yeah, it
Yes.
flames. And then
Flames,
denial,
denial.
like, what do they know? It's literally, what do they know?
Yeah.
I'll take your $50. I'm going to
Yeah.
get my red tap shoes.
Yeah.
Now it's just bigger. bigger jobs and bigger tap shoes.
Bigger flames.
Yeah,
Bigger
bigger
jobs,
flame.
bigger tap
It's
shoes.
the same thing of like the denial part of it, or like you suck, whatever. And then it does make it easier because you do have to get mad at
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You have to process and let that out.
And it's okay to get mad. Like it's okay to
okay.
have emotions about a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big emotions. And it's okay to be sad about things
Yeah.
too. Like I think we talked about this in our last episode, that like the internal struggle always happens when like you don't allow yourself to feel the thing that you want to feel.
Yeah.
When you're like, well, I shouldn't be feeling this, or like I didn't do it. It's like, but you are feeling it.
Yeah.
So just feel it. Feel it fully rather than push it down.
and you're
have
never gonna win because say somebody says something to you online, you're supposed to go, don't react, don't engage. But if you do, because sometimes
sometimes you have to.
you have to,
Yeah.
then it becomes, I can't believe she engaged with me. She's a wreck, blah, blah, blah. You just cannot win. So you might as well just feel the flames
Feel the
Yeah.
move
until they
on.
go out. Yeah, it's really hard.
It's so hard.
Do
It's
you
so hard.
do you engage with the comments?
Very,
Very little,
very little.
but you read them.
But if they I won't read them. But if they
Okay.
come to me, if they are not blocked, the words are not blocked. If someone tags me
Yeah.
in something, like there was a TikTok that our girl made that was so sweet, and she tagged me because it was a positive thing about the show, and I made the mistake of reading the comments because I was like, oh my God, this is the sweetest thing ever. And one woman was like, I fucking hated her in the show. Who is letting her on stage doing that? And I was like, the Lifetime Tony Award director lets me do that on stage, and I think his opinion is better. And I was so angry, and then it became like, oh, somebody's touchy, and I was like, oh, Leslie, you know better. Yeah, you know better. But sometimes
It's so hard.
but I
not
have to like
And
give
we're
myself
so
grace to be like, okay, once in a while,
Yeah.
no, it's not great, but sometimes you got to defend.
Yeah.
You must defend Cave.
So you have to defend Cave. Okay, wait. I have a thing. This is like a rejection adjacent thing that's been like, as we're talking about it, I can feel it coming up. And it's like, I need some advice on what to do here. Because there's aspects of rejection in it. I have this joke about the healthcare system that I've had out for several years. And it's this like rant, like style, like, like naming all the different like words and how confusing they are. And then a couple weeks ago, I started getting messages from a bunch of people that there's another comedian who has essentially the exact same joke. It's like pacing, verbiage, like all the same,
Stolen.
like all the same. And I
Do you know
then-
this comedian?
no.
Okay.
And then my manager reached out and was like, "Hey, what is this?
Yeah.
You need to do something about this." And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, benefit of the doubt. I messaged this comedian and I was like, "Hey, not sure if you've seen my joke. Here are the time stamped. It's from 2022, reposted in 2024.
Yeah.
Like, this is.
Yeah.
I need you to know that this is like essentially the same joke."
Yeah.
And then this comic wrote back and was like, "Hey, I can see it's like pretty much the same premise, but I think we go in different enough directions where we can both still tell it." And I sat with that for a couple days.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no. And then I messaged back and said, I'm sure you can understand why I'm uneasy about this. Like, this is almost word for word the same joke. My manager has reached out to me about this. Like,
Yeah.
and then no response. And so
Rejection.
I feel super rejected by this person. I feel
Invalidated.
invalidated and I feel very like, because their joke started going like viral in a way that mine did well,
Yeah.
but theirs is at like a couple million views or something, maybe more now, and mine was only at 500,000, And my concern is like, what if like that person gets to go on like late night and tells that joke, like,
Wow.
and I'm like, I'm at this point where I'm like, I don't want to go petty because I don't feel like I'm a petty person, but then I'm almost like, what is the balance between defending my intellectual property?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt that this person, like there's I was like, this is like kind of word for word the same joke. And then they're like, well, I had a medical experience and I used to work in healthcare. So I'm like, okay, parallel thinking exists. This is a thing that you could have done. I'm not saying that they didn't like write that joke I'm saying that I put that joke out first in public, time-stamped, and this has happened to me before where I've put out a joke and then people are like, oh, this is someone else's joke, and I've immediately taken it down because I'm like, that's what you do.
Yeah.
So I feel really like I'm having like physical reactions as we're talking about like rejection, defending yourself, speaking up, like,
Yeah.
and I just don't know what to do about this.
That is a rejection of your creativity.
Yeah.
It is a rejection
Yeah.
by way of gaslighting you into going,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not. Maybe
I'm like, wait a minute.
not-
Is it not the same exact thing?
Wow.
I don't. Oh, I mean,
That's tricky. I honestly don't know what I would do in that circumstance.
My
I'd probably be
manager's
"Okay,
like,
take it, it's
my
yours.
manager wants me to do like a side-by-side video of it. I think that if anything comes of it, if anything like bigger comes of it for them, I will
Yeah.
it
put
sucks.
something out. It just sucks because there's no like IP laws and
Yeah.
stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's the same thing. I'll perform like a song in a cabaret setting or something.
Yeah.
And ad libs that I have made up or things that I have rewritten and movements that I have done. I saw somebody do my version
Yeah.
of a song and passed it off as this is the original version that
Yeah.
was written. And that's when you go, you just rejected my brain,
Yes.
my ideas.
Yes.
And I had the same reaction. I was like, do I, because this person was much more famous than I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I reach out to them? Because I knew them.
Yeah.
It was Meryl Streep.
It was Meryl fucking Streep.
I'm kidding.
But it's the same thing where you're like, no, that was mine. And hers
Mine.
got so much attention. So much attention.
Yeah.
They're like, look how funny she is. Oh my God, she did this.
Well, and
ad-lib.
I'm the
like,
more
I wrote it.
I wrote. Yes. I
Yeah.
am the more successful of the two of us too, which I'm like, I'm sorry. Have fun coming to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But it is that thing of rejection of like, for me, it's almost like, I'm so tired that people don't think I'm the one, the best one, that somebody, it's like people liked hers better because they're rejecting me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They're the
That-
better one.
They're the better one.
They're the better
Yeah,
one.
and it's
and I think that's why it's
hard.
it's just like it feels so it feels like something was like taken. It feels like something's taken from you, and it feels like that there's no right move out of this. I don't want to be petty. I don't want to
No.
like take this to. It's embarrassing to me when comedians fight with each other like that on social media, but then not saying anything. I'm like, are you letting this person like disrespect you and your creativity? And I've been like the last couple of days, I'm like, either you do something about it or you let it go. Like,
Right,
so
there's
do
only-
something
there's
or let
only-
it go.
Black and white, you
So
can either- yeah.
you can't be in this middle space
Yeah.
anymore. But like, it's just,
It's terrible.
maybe even just this. Maybe this was just a helpful like.
But that goes
Putting
into
it
like
out, yeah.
the rejection brain that we all have. Because what I
Yeah.
do, which is psychotic, is that if something like that happens, I then went to, well, they're just getting more views because they're more famous, which is my fault because I failed and I didn't get to where I wanted to be. And it became a spiral of, which is very easy for me to do, but
Worthiness, yeah.
of worthiness, the rejection, how
Yeah.
every rejection is chipped away at your worthiness.
Yeah.
So that is why like you have to find a way through it because I would go crazy.
Yeah. I've been telling myself like, one joke does not a career make.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like this is not gonna make or break either of our careers. Like
One rejection isn't going to do
one
that either.
one
It's funny
rejection.
how our brains tell us that.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And I've been trying to spin it way more where I'm like, you know what? Then work harder, write more, put more out, really let your comedy speak for itself.
Yeah.
Like, and it's interesting too, because there were people like in the comments being like, this is Alex Cummins.
Wow.
This is like
Yeah.
tagging me. Like, this is her joke.
At least you have them like supporting
I
you. in
have
the
some
comments, which is
support
nice.
in there, which is great. Yeah.
Which is
But
validating.
yeah, it's just a wild. It does. Yeah, it's just such
Crazy.
it's such a visceral, physical.
Yep.
I could feel my stomach just like twisting as we were having this
But that's-
conversation.
It's also a rejection of your creation,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is also
Yeah.
what, when people make comments about you, I'm like, I'm saying this. I wrote this.
Yeah.
Whatever. You are rejecting everything that I
Me.
need.
me. Yeah. Well,
It
I
makes
hate
it's
that I
cringy.
have to. I hate that we have to wrap it up. I reject that we're wrapping this up.
Reject.
I do reject that we're wrapping up.
A nightmare.
But we are gonna do
Rapid
a
fire.
round of
Do a
Okay.
round of rapid fire.
I'm,
questions.
okay, I'm nervous
It's
yeah,
gonna be great.
because of the rejection. I'm so nervous.
so much. We will. If you don't get these right,
Rejected.
we're not
Never-
gonna
never
release
speak
the
to me again.
episode.
Okay, I don't want to look at him. I won't.
Don't look. Don't look. I'll do. Yeah,
So,
those. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Favorite day of the week:
Friday.
peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and fluff?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Invisibility or super strength?
Invisibility.
Favorite school subject?
Science.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
okay. Disney World or Disneyland?
Ugh, I hate Disneyland.
Who is the most boring Star Wars character?
There's so many. This would take me too long. There's too many.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
a massive
who's the
Star Wars
hottest?
geek. The hottest, Han Solo. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Kill, fuck, marry. Kermit, Miss Piggy, Gonzo.
Mary, Miss Piggy. What is it? Fucking Mary? No.
Yeah.
Mary, Miss Piggy. Kill Gonzo. And what's the other one? Kiss? No.
Kermit. Fuck Kermit.
You wouldn't fuck Gonzo's
Gonzo.
nose?
No, that's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonzo.
Yeah.
That nose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah,
You'll be
yeah.
swell. You'll be great. Gonna.
Have the whole world on a plate.
Boom. Okay. What does This is weird. I don't know why I came up with this. What does CDC stand for?
CDC is the disease. Wait.
Sorry.
D is the disease.
Yes.
What is it?
Center for Disease Control.
Control.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, disease.
We got
at least.
disease.
Know that.
Disease.
Got disease.
Disease.
Well done. Well done.
You never hear about it. I'm just
Lady
like CDC,
Gaga's
the C-
disease will be closing out this.
I don't know why I was trying to think of like a.
You're like 2 years too late for that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I was
yeah.
I was
a real-
like FBI, but
Hot
I was
button.
like, I don't know. I could have.
In any case,
Anyway, okay. Well
Disease.
done. That was great. Disease.
amazing.
It stands
Disease.
for disease.
rejection.
Oh my God, Leslie, this has been so lovely.
Oh,
you so
thank
much.
you. I love talking about rejection.
So fun.
Don't we all? I
What
know.
a joy.
I know.
What a joy to feel angry.
Feel angry.
To really
It's
let
not
it
as
come
crazy.
out.
Like, yeah, we're all nuts.
Oh my gosh. I love it though. But we had some good laughs, as is the
did.
point of the episode.
It's the point.
Point of the episode.
It is.
Where can our followers find you? You know, on the
Oh,
threads, on Twitter,
on-
on Insta.
On the whatever they call it, X, on TikTok, on
Right.
Insta, I'm at Queen Leslie, but no E on the end of Leslie, just Lesli.
We'll be tagging you hard.
We will be.
Tagging you hard. Thank
Yay,
you.
my
Damn
fellow
life.
cavemen. Yay.
No berries, no fire. Tap better.
Tap better. And on that note,
Oh, what a lovely time.
thank you all. We love you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Like, follow, subscribe, and have a good day. Bye.